Registration! Pre-registration! 5 people will walk up to you. What's this line for? Why don't you wait an hour and find out? You did for all the hentai panels. But like, this line... Beheadings, okay? This line is for beheadings. Pre-registration, beheadings! After 10 p.m., time to go right. But we had this sign set up. We had pre-registration. We could have the signs carved into the stone of the BCC, dripping blood and on fire. No one would think to read them. Everyone is bothered. Everyone's just worried walking. These are the same people who will print out a pre-registration email and not bring a form of ID. Because it clearly says on the printout, please bring photo ID with you and this email to get your badge. We don't know it's you. You're holding a piece of paper. You're not Doctor Who. It can't just be what you want it to be. So at the con, the registration, like, you just gotta move people in line. It's all a whole lot of lines. It's all a whole lot of walking. It's walking to get into lines. It's waiting to walk further so you can get into a line. It's just getting into the walkway. The skywalk is a huge line that gets you into your next line, to your next convention. And everyone's just trying to move everyone along, just keep the flow going, stop standing, stop doing it, come this way. It's like water bending the crowd. Get them to do the wave. Last year I wanted to try fire bending at Otakon. Keep people in line. Do you have any idea how flammable those cosplay wigs are? Firebending snuffed right out. And of course, speaking of Avatar, they're missing an element, you know? Because Toph is earth, Zuko is fire, Aang is air, Katara is water. Does that make Sokka heart? I say yes. By your powers combined, I am Al Gore. Wishes, but I have a Nobel Prize and still wish people would like you, love you. I really just miss the old school days of anime. I liked it when it was just hard to come by. Like no one was ever open about wearing buttons. It was still like a secret fandom. Like the first D&D campaign I ever got into totally sniped me. It was totally secret. I had a guy lean up behind me. Psst. We need a healer. I heard you play. I have a level 2 half-elf church. Alright. But I miss the old days, like, kids have it so easy today. Netflix, Vio, Hulu, YouTube. You just click and get whatever anime, Crunchyroll.com. Thank you. New anime just came out right now. Click, you can watch it in a day. What happened to the old school days of horrible, if you didn't want to wake up at 6 in the morning and watch that season and a half dubbed of Sailor Moon, or Dragon Ball Z, or Ronin Warriors, Samurai and Pizza Cats. Woo! You were screwed! You couldn't, that was your only source of anime! Honestly! I mean, unless one of your friends knew a guy. Who knew a guy. Who possibly offed a guy in downtown Chinatown and brought you back these miscolored 8th generation transferred VHS tapes. I'm sure some of you remember this in your original anime club. We're gonna watch some of the I don't know how to, Kenshin, okay, let's try it. You pop it in, and the English subtitles. Gather round, grandchildren, and you shall hear. Every subtitle come up, you pause the screen and play the guessing game. What's the hell, your heart? What the hell wrong with you, grammar? I mean, because like they kept changing the character names. There'd be no verbs. Punctuation would be on the top of the screen. Photoshoppers today don't even know how to do that. These were videos that were subbed by people who knew of English. Have you heard of it? Yeah, English, come on. Be careful about it. So, as a result, we're getting a little spoiled. That's right. People can get whatever anime that they want, whenever they want, so they can say, I only watch this kind. I'm not gonna watch this. That means you have a choice. We did not have a choice. So in order to combat these younger, spoiled kids, 15 or older, who just think that it was always this easy, I've created the 10 commandments of judging a new anime. There are several ways, there are 10 rules for not dismissing an anime, just saying I'm not going to watch this because. First off, thou shalt not judge a new anime based on its title. Please! They don't clean anything. They don't have to. They wipe the floor with each other. Thou shalt not judge a new anime based on its opening theme song. It can be very misleading. Thou shalt not judge a new anime based on its random misuse of English. Because at least they're trying. Thou shalt not judge a new anime based on its opening theme's random misuse of English. Thou shalt not judge a new anime based on the first episode. Does not tell you where it's going now. Try gun. I do. Thou shalt not judge an anime based on the fangirls. Not their fault. Hey, new kids on the block, boy bands, gave way, became something else. You don't blame someone for being young and just not knowing. You blame the parents. Thank you so much, parents, for schlepping your kids here and just letting them loose. You won't see them again. You won't recognize them. That wig will not come off. Several touch this, I'm not taking it off! Thou shalt accept that gravity and the rules of physics in general are optional. This is an anime. Have any idea how many bottles of hair gel it would take, honestly, for Sora's hair to stick up like that? Spike his hair till he looks like Goku? Well over 9,000! No, the joke is old, the joke is dead, keeps coming back. It's like Captain America, just won't sit down. It's like a revolving door. Joke is dead, joke comes back. Joke's getting older than Astro Boy. Now back in 08, I used to say that joke was older than John McCain. Everyone had blocked on that joke, so making fun of John McCain's age was almost as old as John McCain. Probably even in the delivery room. How was that kid? 1 week? It's ancient. He was all white and naked and delirious and probably just kind of kicking around. He got his hand in his mouth. He's confused. Thou shalt not say the manga was better, unless thou hast read the manga. Flipping through it in Barnes & Noble does not count. Thou shalt not steal new animes from the internets illegally unless thou intends to share with an anime club. Implement agreements. And the most important rule is about forgiveness. Gonna bring the parents back into this. Thou shalt forgive thy parents for calling it cartoons. And thus grouping Bash the Stampede and Spike Spiegel in the same group with Bugs Bunny and SpongeBob SquarePants. They don't know. It's okay. Educate them. Those are the 10 commandments for judging a new anime.
Bridget.
Now,
Oh gosh,
am I the only one who thinks that Snakes on a Plane sounds more like a Japanese game show than an actual movie? Or maybe it's like a Japanese candid camera. I can imagine that. I use the Kawasaki family. They're flying back to Tokyo after Ramble Euro. And snakes! Will they survive the flight back to Osaka? Will Grandma have visitors in heaven? Happy fun time, family. Death Snake, play right. limits. We have consolation prizes when you don't win. They have a spiked pit. And even if you win a Japanese game show, most of the time it's so frighteningly embarrassing, you don't tell people you won. I went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I won $50,000. A kid I went to high school with won $50,000. I used to give him noogies. Over in Japan, you can pogo stick through the claymation mushroom bars and survive the sumo farting on your face. What do you get? You get to tell people that happened to you. What's a better consolation prize, that or a date with Flavor Flav? We all have our cultures we don't want to talk about. We'll get into the modern times, of course, because this is the modern times. I mean, all this Twitter thing, I don't really like this. Twitter is the Facebook status as a website. Period. That's all it does. It just interrupts you. Something tells you the boring crap they're doing. It makes celebrities look like normal people. It makes normal people look like celebrities. It's a great equalizer. Like karaoke. Yes. Karaoke is a great equalizer because no one sounds good in karaoke. You do. Don't worry about it. Because now I forgot what I was going to talk about. Should we be improv? Because we're on Twitter. I mean, Uncle Yo had to give out. I launched UncleYo.com. I launched on MySpace. Definitely find me on there. I also write the reviews at animegamers.com. We're totally fan-run. We keep people up to date on anime and comic books and video games. I also step in on the podcast. We've got our executive chief floating around somewhere. Be sure to tackle him. Because he did not tell me he was in high school the first 2 years we worked together. Just impressed. Kids are just too tech-savvy today. We were too tech-savvy. Remember how long waiting for... You got mail. Yes! Now you got mail. So I had to launch Twitter.com/UncleYo just to... It's no rant. It's a whole lot of fun, and at the end of today, making an announcement, we're finally moving up. But more importantly, let's talk about the Twitters that I'm following. Let's talk about some of your favorite anime characters and their Twitter accounts, okay? Let's deal with people in the, I don't know, Hidden Leaf Village, shall we? Okie doke. Kisame and Itachi are firebombing the nearest Red Lobster. According to Kisame, it is personal. There you go. 1010 does not have enough character development to tweet. Kakashi-sensei is none of your business. Uh-oh. Kiba is currently marking Hinata's left leg. Because Inuyasha tagged the left. Oh. Shino would wish Hinata would take down that damn bug zapper. It is hypnotic and deadly. See, Orochimaru is tired of being kicked out of Ireland by St. Patrick. I'm gonna let the older kids fill you guys in on the historical Irish reference. Okay, now kids, fill your parents in on the Naruto reference. Gaara is tired of being on kitty litter duty. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Doom is sick and tired of people congratulating him on the cosplay of Alphonse Elric. Gurren Lagann has currently uploaded Vista. Oh, it crashed. Yell at it, it'll fix it. That's our new firewall. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, your favorite detective from Death Note, L, is currently taking a walking tour of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You know, he has not updated in the longest time. I did hear from Willy Wonka, though. Place is on fire and he's being beaten to death by Oompa Loompas. They're screaming, revolution! Oompa Loompa doobity. Hey, labor. I'm hearing channeling. It could be anywhere. Might just be Kenpachi scratching himself. And the belly dancers. Why do we have belly dancing at an anime convention? And it's like the laws of physics. They're pretty much. Big thing in anime, of course, is cosplay. I want to talk about cosplay. I've seen a lot of amazing thing out here. Quick word of advice, if you're gonna buy a costume off of eBay, don't enter it into the Hall Cosplay Contest. Or at least remove the tag. My friend in China cut this out, I sewed it together. My friend in Hong Kong gave me the entire series of Berserk for a penny, plus $24.99 shipping and handling. Thank you, eBay. Cosplay is not just a Japanese tradition anymore. It has spread throughout the entire world. There's a convention, an anime convention, happening every weekend throughout the world. America's taken into cosplay, but it wasn't always. Cosplay is actually part of the American tradition. If anyone's ever done musical theater, I'm from New York City, Broadway. That's technically cosplay. Musical theater is technically cosplay. So are mummers. So are drag queens. Another classical American tradition also does cosplay a lot, the KKK. What Kentucky cosplay community? What did you think I was talking about? Guys are weird. Copying Jim Gaffigan? We'll talk about hockey later on, we'll talk about food, that is his thing. Bruce Wayne is technically a cosplayer, you're just not supposed to know that. I mean, it's even in movies. If you've seen Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill is a cosplayer. Granted, he makes his costumes from the flesh of starved women he keeps in his basement, but points for creativity. At least he didn't buy the whole pleather robe off of line like a bunch of Kingdom Hearts players. He made his costume. Good for you. Now, probably the worst thing you can ever say to somebody in cosplay, especially to a girl, you look so much hotter in costume. Why can't you wear that all the time? Really? Good to know I only look good with my hair completely dyed up, spiked up 3 feet, wearing Sharingan, contact lenses with my boobs hanging out. Thanks. All I have to do to feel good about myself is completely change the way I look. Thanks, fanboy. Let's just stay Facebook friends. Deny. I don't want to join Mafia Wars, I don't want to join Little Patch Green, I don't want to join Mafia Wars, I don't want to join Little Patch Green, go away, God. Maybe this is just me. I mean, some people think that like cosplay is purely a Japanese thing. No, it's a universal thing, it's a human thing, we can all dress up, but maybe it's just me for being a little bit of racist. I always think that an Asian kid cosplaying in like a kimono, or like as an Asian central character, I think it's cheating. You can get away with it. Cosplay, no gender boundaries, no racial boundaries, no cultural boundaries, which is why I like coming to conventions dressed as a cop. And then leaving the convention to ensue hilarity. But when an Asian kid is cosplaying as an Asian character, you're kind of doing it wrong. You can get away with wearing that normally, just say you're from a conservative family. We'll give that to you, it's fine. My parents are straight from Japan. We don't believe in assimilation. All right, that's cool. Or the Industrial Revolution? Or in America? No, they don't think they love Japan, they think it's all a dream. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's anything cool and edgy about coming to a convention wearing a kimono. It looks like you raided your grandmother's closet. There's nothing cool about raiding your grandmother's closet. It's only cool and edgy if I raid your grandmother's closet. Breaking and entering are assumed in that case. Therefore, Asian kid, you want to look hardcore, come up next year dressed as my grandmother. I want to see you in a moo-moo, lipstick smeared all over your teeth, pearls everywhere, and you better be carrying a pot roast. Then I'll know you care. Those are my standards, you try to match them. Probably the craziest thing I ever saw in cosplay, this was a couple years ago, like before I even started coming to conventions. Saw this, of course, on a forum. We won't say its name. Starts with an F, ends with 4chan. Never forget this live-action video. Japanese guy, of course, and this cosplayer of Suzumiya Haruhi. I see Suzumiya, I'm like, cool. What's this gonna? What is this? Susan Mia lies down on a sheet of plastic. I'm like, I don't even know if I like where this is going. Guy takes another sheet of plastic, puts it on top of her, cuts a little hole for her mouth, seals the edges, sucks out the air. I want to back this up for you. He laminated a human being. He shrink-wrapped a cosplayer. But he did it so fast, it tells me he's done this before. He's got a lot of practice. He's going for a collection. You call it perverted, he calls it limited edition. There's no easy way to introduce people to your collection of laminated cosplayers. Let me see what I got upstairs. I got everybody. I got the Major from Ghost in the Shell. I got Rei from Evangelion. I got Sakura from Naruto, both regular and Shippuden. And what's that one? Swamp Thing? It used to be Trixie from Speed Racer. I gotta clean this thing out. Maybe it's all gray. Attitudes, I don't really know. Start laminating furries, then you'll be dealing with both my problems. You'll be much better off for it. I know, you just mentioned the F word, everyone's gotta cringe at that, especially when they start blending it together. We're doing just great on time, and I love that. So since we've got some time, let's talk about Naruto. Shall we? We've got to, it's a problem we have to address. We just addressed the robot problem. We shall address it. A couple of years ago, like, it was just a cosplay plague. They were everywhere. It looked like he had just thrown a shadow clone out the window on the limits. There was thousands of them everywhere. Everywhere. Everyone was cloning themselves, going out of control. But my problem with Naruto, there are so many lies in Naruto that they just don't address. So many open holes and problems. Such as the Hidden Leaf Village. Where is it, of course? Hidden in the leaves. Well, thanks for narrowing it down. Now I know where to start looking. Well, that's okay. That's okay. You'll never find it because it's hidden so well in the leaves, between that 100-foot tall stone wall that surrounds it, and the Mount Rushmore of giant ninja heads, which blend in so well with the forest. They say it's hidden, so you can't find it. Why is it on the map? Why are all the hidden ninja villages clearly laid out on maps? Like it's a tourist trap. It's not like Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. It's not like the Amish. Ninjas are masters of stealth and secrecy and deception and disguising themselves. You should never know where the ninja are, especially if you're a ninja. It's not like, oh look, Jimmy's a ninja sharpening one of his kunai. Go up, I'll take a picture. We'll put it up on Facebook for Jennifer and Jason. Here's the ninja. Get closer. Just a little closer. Forward, tips for waiters. It's not like that. No one should know where the ninja are. Even if you're a ninja, because then the ninja will find you. A ninja with a Twitter account is just asking to be shanked. Today I'm learning a super secret special attack that no one knows about. I can't wait to use it at every fight I'm in! And leave survivors! You shouldn't see a ninja when you go to a ninja village. They should be all hidden. What you should see, I don't know, cowboys. Your first question in the hidden ninja village should be, where are the ninja? Hidden! In the leaves! Like good ninja! Naruto himself. I don't know who is stupid. The guy who runs purely on or every other ninja in the world for following him, for believing him. Every enemy who has tried to kill him now follows him. I think they're all just waiting to see who's finally going to kill him. Everyone he first meets, I'll never be your friend, like it's a threat. Please, please hate me. And they just end up following him. This guy's gonna kill himself. This gotta be awesome. I feel like that's that friend that everybody knows and nobody likes. I'm keeping the sacred muffin. He's that friend that everyone knows and nobody likes. You know this kind of guy. You might meet him at the convention. The guy who invites himself to all the parties. He sees you from across the room and for the next week you start ignoring his Facebook requests. Please, please, no, die. I feel like when when Naruto leaves the room, everyone else's job is to simply commune over their hatred for him. Is he gone? Yep. All right, you'll never give up. Why don't you take up smoking? All right, bye. Oh my God, his powers make no sense! Why does he have no theme? Bug ninja, dog ninja, smelling ninja, eye ninja, whatever you're doing, he's got nothing. What about the whiskers? Oh my God, you see them too? Is that a medical condition? Is he a cat? Is it contagious? Frankly, I want answers. What do you think, Hinata? Shut up, Hinata! Where are your pupils? Get yourself some pupils, then we'll talk. Who wears an orange jumpsuit on a stealth mission? In public. You can't even blend in with the leaves, you can only blend in prison. But I think he should go to prison because I have to figure out his theme, okay? His whole character is, my best friend ran away because I was too clingy. Wonder why? Oh wait, no I don't. So what does he do? He takes all of his anger, all of his frustration, rather than putting it on something safe like LiveJournal or forum, he just binds it all into one little ball and just keeps slamming it into people. He summons frogs because he needs friends that are uglier than him. He keeps making copies of himself so he can follow Sasuke and constantly update on Twitter what he's doing at every moment. Naruto is the clingy ex-girlfriend stalker ninja. And of course in the Naruto world, when they're gonna cast one of their spells, one of their juices, one of their techniques, it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. They use it the same way in a video game. It's X. This is every video game you've ever played from your TV's perspective. Or maybe it's more like... I'm not here to judge. But they're all casting their spells through their hands. You know, they got the forms. What about the Death Ninja? In the middle of a fight, what do you say about my mother? Maybe the Death Ninja are from the Hidden Sound Village. But then how would they find their way home? Oh right, on the map! There are great characters in Naruto though, and one of my favorite throughout the years as he's evolved has been Gaara. He started out, everybody dies. So they made him ruler of his village. What a grand idea! Really, Sand Village? He gave unquestionable supreme executive power to the 15-year-old mentally unbalanced, sociopathic, unstoppable killing machine? Isn't that like giving Sephiroth the meteor materia? While you're at it, Sand Village, why don't you give Attila the Hun a season pass to Beijing? I'm sure the Hun will thank you for it. They're really gonna put him in a position of power? Wasn't he raised to wipe out all other villages? You think he's gonna forget that childhood y'all gave him? The whole traumatic one where you ignored him out of existence and told him to die? Was nobody else running, or did you hold your primary elections on a beach? What did you think was gonna be his first move? Making new holidays? Let me see now. Tuesday will be bring your puppet to work day. Wednesday can be village-wide massacre day. And Thursday, for the survivor. Don't get excited, Tamori. Funny hat day. I'm a great leader. And there are so many names in Naruto. There are too many characters to keep track of. There's no easy way to do it. You have to make a mnemonic out of it. I asked myself, what do the Animaniacs do? And I came up with an answer. I'm so willing to do this, and thank you for this opportunity. This is the Naruto name song, Otakon 09. fans, whoever made that fan video on YouTube where you flip through the characters, thank you. I'm all excited. Like, how do you keep track of them all? There are too many of them. Because you've got Naruto, Yamato, Sakura, Sai, Kakashi, we call her Sensei. Might Guy Rock Lee, 1010 Meiji, too bad I don't miss Sasuke. When I've got Shino and Ino, Kankuro, Temari, with all of the Ahakatsuki, like Hisami and Sasori, Daidara, Tobi, and let's not forget Itachi, Kamaru and Shoji and Haku, Shizune and Asuma, Kurana and Proctor, Anku, Sabasama Mochika, Mabonta, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh Lord, not this again. Hokage the first, the second Hokage, the third and the fourth are all dead! Oh no. We wanted Jiraiya, too much of Pariah, we got Tsunami instead. Orochimaru and Gaara, Kabuto, Hinata, Jiro, brought the Sound 5 with Tayuya Kibimaru, Sekon Kidomaru, too bad nobody survived. Against Akamaru and Kiba Iruka, that guy from the Chunin exams, any ninja from the movies. And the Byakugan, Shadow Clone, Sharingan, Chidori, Rasengan, Primary, Lotus, and done! Do I have enough ninja to do the whole thing? No, one day I'm just gonna get every Naruto cosplayer in line and just run down and... Really? Now that's so you all can follow it. It's not the speed it runs in my head. Naruto Young, Sakura Saka, Kashibi Color Sensei, Might Directly, Tenten Ichi, but I don't miss Sasuke, Akashino, Nino, Kaguro, Tomori, and all of the Akatsuki like Isami and Sasori, Didori, Tobi, let's not forget Itachi, Ikamaru, and Joji, and Haku, Shizune, and Asuma, Karani, and Proctor, Ron, Koseптsumo, Chigaba, Bonta, Hokage the first, the second Hokage, the third, and the fourth, all dead! We wanted to ride, too much for a ride, we got Tsunade instead, Orochimaru, and Gaara, Kabuto, Hinata, Jiro, who of the Sun 5, with Tayuya, Kibimaru, Sekon, Kidomaru, too bad nobody survived, Akamaru, Kiba, Iruka, that guy from the Chunin exams, and ninja from the movies, and the Byakugan, Shadow Clone, Sharingan, Chidori, Rasengan, Primary, Lotus, I'm done! All of its bases. Fundamental difference, guys. This is when you know you're either watching Bleach or Fruits Basket, okay? Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock's movie career. Naruto fanfics.
Yep.
Itachi, Sasuke, or Itachi. Twilight, actual vampires! Let me see Edward Cullen last 4 seconds against Alucard. I can't tell which one you guys are cheering for. Symphony of the Night or Helsing? Either. Doesn't matter. Shippo from Inuyasha can take him. Twilight, movies worth watching. It's the fundamental difference, okay? It's the fundamental difference. I've never felt a power like this before. I've never felt this way about a boy before. Prepare to feel my ultimate attack. I'm gonna make muffins. Feel the wrath of my samurai sword. Feel the wrath of my lion journal. My life journal is covered in skulls. I have a skull, and then you get it, we put it under a kitty, and we made it really fun, and we put it on the front. only BFF, kid, is gonna be your virginity. You can use that one. Go ahead and start using it. It comes from Japan, and there's so much that we've got to thank Japan for. Such as video games. So much of my life was dedicated to video games. And they always tell you video games don't teach you anything about life. They don't teach you like any real life values. I'm like, neither did high school.
Yeah.
How many years you put me through that? Especially, I mean, they say video games don't teach you anything about life. You know what taught me about relationships was playing Pong. And you know it's real life because your opponent keeps score. What do you want to do tonight? Chinese, Italian, Chinese, Italian, Chinese, Italian. It's our anniversary, birthday, fine, you win. Being married, though, is like playing Pong against someone whose paddle takes up the whole side of the screen. You can't win. I mean, video games don't teach you anything about life. You know where I learned about the birds and bees? Tetris. You play both similarly. You start them both in the same fashion. You're alone, in your room, in the dark. Maybe you got the TV on, maybe you got some music on, but you spend a lot of time with your hands down by your hips, don't you? Somewhere down by your belt line. You're kind of fiddling with things. You've got all these pieces. You're not really sure where they fit together. You're not really sure the point of the game. You think of reaching the top, no, don't really reach the top. You're trying to take it slow until you get good enough and you bring a friend involved, don't you? You bring a friend involved so you can show them this game that you played them, and then you start stacking up things. Things trying to make sense. You got all these pieces, gonna fit them in together, but then you get this huge gap, and you're like, nothing's gonna work. The square does mean nothing. The S shape does nothing. The 2, which is just a power swap, does even less. That stupid L is not long enough. What is gonna fit in this gap? And then this big stick comes down, and you turn it vertical, and you slam it down, and you get this big satisfying feeling. The screen clears and your score doubles.
Oh, God.
But now things are changing. They are evolving video games into something they were never supposed to be. Wii Sports, Wii Fitness. I blame a lot on the Wii for changing video games. Not so much a bad thing, because now video games are a physically active, family-friendly, social event, which I can't wrap my mind around. That's like dry water. The whole point of wanting a Sega Genesis was so you wouldn't have to interact with your family. Christmas morning, yes! Plug this bad boy in, put some clothes on, Grandma's coming over. Screw Grandma! Sunday, I got a date in the Marble Zone. All the buttons jump. Why can Mario hold his breath forever? And that stupid hedgehog drowns after like 10 seconds. That's not real. It's not fair. But I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Video games are now just part of pop culture. They're everywhere. People are just making games, independent games, little games you can just download online. Classic games are now just part of pop culture. And girls play video. When did this start? It did not happen in my day. It was not and/or. It was or. There was no and/. You either played video games because you couldn't get a girlfriend, or you dated some girl because you couldn't afford an N64. You're the best thing I have in compensation is because I don't have Torok. Taking my money on a monthly account, it's like wow before wow. Great. Got about 15 minutes left, so I guess I should wrap up a little. Thank you. I think we found a way. Now, we're going to talk a little more about anime. Shooters, parents don't like video games, where all you do is run around and you shoot demons, aliens, zombies, and it's like, what the hell else do you expect me to do? It's an army of the undead. I only have a gun. You're limiting my options, Mom. You want me to lie down and let the zombies take over? We just got TiVo. Screw that! I love first-person shooters. I love that they've become so violent because one of the first video games have never not been violent. As soon as we developed graphics, the first thing that we did was have people shoot each other. Now we can actually see the gore. Now we understand the consequence of running through and just stabbing things and walking over to a person and somehow collecting everything on them just by stepping over them. I mean, one of the first video games I ever played was Duck Hunt. That taught me to shoot geese and hate dogs. You ready for some food supply, anybody? So to get ready for this, Otakon, I'd like to present to you the Ode to First-Person Shooting. It's similar to an old friend because what I like to do is I like to take something that has been milked to death and then revamp it some way new. So, let's just hear it once now, get it out of your system. We're gonna hear it, we're gonna purge it, we're gonna breathe some new life into this. Will we? That's right, good boy. Thank you, Vista. Or, Wonder, are you ready for FPS? First-person shooters in a bloody mess. Killing spree. Sniper headshot potent blue team. Started out with Duck Hunt and Wolfenstein. Doom gave us the shotgun and crossed the line. Duke Nukem. GoldenEye 64. 1 minute to win, aim for the head, or you're covered in slime in Left 4 Dead, or Quake or Metroid Prime. Throw a grenade and listen to the grunt squeal. Now we are playing Halo and its sequels. Shoot, shoot, multi-kill win. Health pack, ammo reload, high score. Shoot, shoot, multi-kill win. Health pack, ammo reload, teabag. My partners are dying to perfect dark. System shocking days like Jurassic Park, Call of Duty, Morrowind, Thief, and Fallout 3. Star Wars Dark Forces, you remember that? No. Postal Hex and Resistance, Fall of Man. I'm not spent. There's Unreal Tournament. Time Splitters and Bioshock. Gears of War the Second, Far Cry was great. I don't need to defend it. Don't you forget the glory that was Half-Life. Then came Portal, although the cake was a lie. That was the dance break, which I realize is completely ironic and redundant, because technically this entire song is a dance break. Come shoot your friends, respawn if you miss her. We'll play Turok until our thumbs get blisters. Screw the arcade, there's no game that I like. Who needs EverQuest when I've got Counter-Strike? 1, 2, 3, 4, shoot, shoot, multi-kill win. Health pack, ammo reload, blue key. Shoot, shoot, multi-kill win. Health pack, ammo reload. When you're sick of RPGs like Alone in the Dark, come play with me a round or two of South Park. Team Fortress rules, Time Crisis and Tribes 2. If you're a bitch, go get your games from Yahoo. Capture the flag, this level was tested. Keep it in the game or else we get arrested. Reload your gun if the noobs are getting neutered. That was the ode to first-person shooters.